Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Insidious. Actually, I like, and it was the same guy too, so it's weird. But Insidious and Conjuring are my like top two ghost movies. Yeah, I think so. Conjuring and Conjuring 2. I also like Conjuring 2. Or not Conjuring 2, the Insidious 2. I thought that was a good sequel, like a very well integrated sequel. I have a bunch on Netflix that I like, that are like, you know, kind of like smaller time movies. There's a Netflix movie. I won't tell you which one, but it's basically about a ghost that it seems like it someone originally pitched it as a the others copy, but then like made it something like totally different, where the ghost knows the whole time that they're dead, or is like pretty sure that they're dead, but they're like stuck. And yeah, it's really interesting. It's really cool, and I like that one a lot, and it's really well done. Oh, Ouija? Yeah, I saw the trailer for that, and it looked absolutely horrible. How was it? It looked god awful. Oh my god. If I'm thinking of the right one. Oh, an interesting twist, eh? You know, I have considered making a horror game myself because I watch a lot of horror playthroughs, and I never feel like, you know, well, most of them are done really poorly, and I always have a thing for horror, so I always kind of like, oh, I should do that. But it's hard because horror games are never very art based. Well, at least not often, and usually if they're art based, it uh, isn't very scary. Like, the trick is you're never supposed to see what's scaring you, so I like doing characters. So it doesn't really match with my tastes of work very well. Yeah, those were big surprises, and they came out not too far apart from each other, and I was like, oh my god, the horror genre is like being revived right now. Insidious had like a super like kind of 80s horror movie feel, and it was just super awesome. I don't know if you guys are watching, but I'm running through a bunch of different horns. I feel like I don't know. I've been like making it and like remaking it and like piling on and like decimating everything. And that's kind of just the process when you're like concepting on the fly. And it's interesting. Oh my god, I love how they did the titles. They're so good. Yeah, that was great. Right, Panda? Like, you know, I never get scared. Like, when I'm in my house, I don't get illogically afraid of things, but I love horror movies, and I love sitting there and suspending my disbelief and getting the shit scared out of me. I actually did have a nightmare. The Conjuring gave me a nightmare, because I watched it late at night, and then I went to sleep, and I had kind of a Conjuring nightmare. Yeah, I did. That one got me. But just in my dreams. Terminator 5. That might be fun. It'll be different for sure. You know, don't go to it expecting it to be your regular Terminator movie. That's for damn sure. Oh, practical effect things. Like watching practical effects are always interesting. All the blood and the makeup and the horror bits and pieces. Oh, didn't they make another movie off of Conjuring? It was based on the doll? Am I imagining that? And I totally missed it. There was like a time when I was really busy at work, and I think I missed it during that time. Advocate? No, that's the character from Don't Starve. So I have this horn over here, and it looks good, but I actually want it to look better from the side, so I'm going to rotate it. Let's see how that goes. So I get more of a interesting design from the side view. There we go. Now it's got a little more aesthetic flow. Annabelle! Don't remember how I feel about it. What do you think, Ravens? Was it pretty good? Made you mad. Well, don't ruin the end. I'm actually going to download that maybe tonight and watch that. Love me some horror movies. But no spoilers, no spoilers. She gets the intense title screen. Woo! I love that title screen. It's very Hitchcocky. I wonder if it's the same director. Or like same art director or something. Oh, cool, Raven. Yeah, we got a lot of programmers in here. It's kind of ridiculous how many programmers we got. Yeah, actually, okay, so I really like, you know how the couple collected, like, haunted items and stuff? I really like that concept. I like Warehouse 13. I like the SCP stories. I like that. I really like that idea of going out and collecting dangerous artifacts and items and creatures and stuff. I don't know, that's a trope that I really dig. So, I hope they make another Conjuring. But about the couple. Okay, cool, Impulse. Thanks for stopping by and chatting me up. I want to see more of your little squirrel creature when that gets done. Let me see. I want to see it looking cute as hell. Ooh, Computer Science Magnet High School. How do you like your school? I've heard that that magnet schools can be a little one way or the other, depending on the area you live in. I knew I'd say that, but I just had a friend who went to one, and it was where all the kids that got expelled out of the other schools went to. So he was very smart, but then he was with a bunch of ruffians. Good job, Pandar. Wow, Atom Bomb. That is quite a sentence you've constructed there. Let me just throw that out there. Spoilers are the secret ingredient that Satan uses to cook the souls of the damned. Very eloquent. Very eloquent. Pandar speaks the truth, man. Put them magnets away. Aw. Aw. Raven, that sounds so cute. I'm glad you're having a good time. A good high school experience is always nice. Like, I had a very nice high school experience, and I don't, it's not something to complain about, at least, so it's another good thing to add to the list of life. think Pandar is a big Java nerd, is that right? Big old Java nerd. Ravens, to question A, I did go to school for 3D art, and I graduated with a bachelor's in fine art in media arts animation. And this model is just a little speed sculpt because I've been just kind of working on my concepting, quick putting things together skills, and it has been so good. Like, you guys have been helping me get so much better at sculpting. It's ridiculous. I mean, at first I could barely talk and sculpt, and I had the zombie voice all the time, but, you know, I only have it sometimes now, where I'm just like this because I don't know how to talk and sculpt. But I've gotten a lot faster, and I've come up with really funny ideas, and it's been great. Well, funny visual ideas. You guys come up with more funny ideas than I do. I'm kind of feeling weird about the horns now. No. Brains. Mr. Tipperseptum. So what courses would you take to do what you do? I assume you're talking to me and not the programming guys, but if you're talking to me, courses, well, you can go to school for game art or commercial art or whatever, and generally you'll start out with a basic 3D course which takes you through Max, Maya, XSI, Blender, something like that, and you'll learn the basics of working in a general 3D software, and then as you grow in your degree, you'll be able to do a more specialized class like learning ZBrush or Mudbox, or take rendering classes, texturing classes, more like general 3D software modeling classes where you just use the tools in a 3D software. And from that, you can decide what you like, and if it's sculpting, you'll take a lot of drawing. Probably is a great idea. Always draw, and 3D sculpting, ZBrush classes. Raven, I am a 3D character artist, so I make characters for commercials and video games. Hopefully film at some point. Unless you're asking Vander. I just assume you guys are talking to me, so ignore me if you're not. And if you really want to get a hold of me, make sure to type my name out, because then it'll be highlighted for me and I'll see it all highlighted and it will be obvious. Oh, nice, Impulse. Welcome back. Why is this TV talking to us? Don't you guys want to talk to me? To be my friends? Guys? Hey, guys! Don't leave me! Oh, cool, Raven. Well, thanks for stopping by. And hope to see you again maybe sometime. And I have to tell you, Mr. Tabor, that I really enjoy like sculpting and making characters and stuff. It is quite a blast. So I recommend it. I don't know what to do with these horns. Get rid of everything. Abort! Abort! Duplicate this and I can have a better way of approaching this maybe. Possibly. Okay, let's see if we can do this right. Sup, CG? Oh, Captain! I remember you from like a while ago. Welcome back. They were getting a little too complex to handle, and they were kind of detracting from the design. And they were interesting. They were too much. They were too loud. They look fluffy. Yeah, Rusty. We always mixing it up in here. Fabio's hair. Oh my gosh. So majestic. I think that's the highest compliment you can give somebody's sculpt. Well, I saw Fabio not too long ago. He was doing some like weird marketing thing at the grocery stores around here. I did not stand in line to meet him. I don't really have any connection to Fabio. Possibly not. Oh yeah, Rusty. Yeah, he was at our Whole Foods too. That's the grocery store. Some weird bitch. I'm not 100% sold on these, but it's a speed sketch, so gotta move on. Mr. Tibber, that is a good question, and it varies quite a bit. Depends on the subject, depends on how much texture it has, how many limbs or bits and pieces, how many subtools it has. The more subtools, definitely the more time. Yeah, so it depends a lot. And it depends on the person making it. So it's kind of hard to say. Like, a simple character, sculpting, remeshing, and texturing, possibly like a week or a little bit over a week. Chalk can correct me. You know, that's like depending on. It also depends on the schedule. You know, the schedule determines how long they'll give you to make a character. So, whatever you get done in that period of time is what the finished project is. Oh no, Alessandra, you lost the internet? Gots to have internet. That's all that got me through my jury duty today was Star Trek Voyager. Mr. Tibber, this is just kind of a little practice sculpt thing that I'm doing. If you stick around, I will be working on a character for my game demo that I want to do very shortly. I feel like we're going to wrap this up pretty quick. Facebook page, lol. I haven't put anything up on the Facebook page yet. I've put a couple things. I put one thing up on Twitter and a couple things up on. I always forget. Zebra Central. I always want to say Pixelogic because it's their forum, but it is not called that. know, but I could post on Instagram and Facebook some of the weird shit you guys say. That'd be fun. 'Cause that is crazy sometimes. Please do not make enemy suffocating public. Oh, from FTL. Yes, that's the first thing that's going up. You weirdo. Yeah, I'd be happy to do an alien creature sometime. Next time I do an improv sketch, throw out weird alien creature. I'd like to do a more, like dark or creepy thing when I have the time. It just takes longer to get that like grit in there, you know? Cute is easy because it's all like smooth and soft and everything. Captive Creeper. You know, I'd be happy to like print some of this stuff sometime. I like we did because I'll buy like 5. We did this other guy. We did this guy yesterday, which was really fun. I think he'd make a good 3D print if I went back and like fixed him up. His like hands aren't posed at all. He's kind of goofy, but if I cleaned up the raccoon wizard, if I went back and like made this better, that would be a pretty fun little sculpt. Alien creatures, 2013. Those look really fun. The cave scene is terrifying. So much blood. Scurry. Much scurry. owl? Oh, the background. Lol. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, the Dota courier I'm working on is a barn owl, so I found really cool barn owl pictures. Oh, I like that guy a lot. I like his head and his like crest or whatever it would be called. Very nice. I like that his face bleeds into his teeth. That's a very nice aesthetic. And that white screen reminds me to save. Good job. It's poppin'. Wednesday night's the place to be. This is adorable koi fish dragon. Sorry guys, I'm in the zone. I'll look at chat in a little bit. Okay, while that is thinking. Oh, I should have saved. Mario Man, thank you. Oh, Kinder Eagle, thank you too. And yeah, Rizzle called it. This is ZBrush. Rizzle, it is super unintuitive to start ZBrush. Like, just the fact that they decided to alphabetize the menus versus doing it in order of priority. It's like, guys, come on. But once you get it, yeah, practice makes perfect. Paleotronics, don't worry. I had to remesh, so I had to take a quick second away. I love creatures. I love them so much. I love you, koi fish dragon. Okay, I just say it. Okay, terrible. I'm going to gonna do some concepting, not in ZBrush right this second. Let me look up. More like eyebrows. Not too straight. I could just do ye old pointies. Oh, cool, Riz. We'll see you soon. Mischief. Someone mentioned that. I don't know what that is. Hey, Backstation. How's it going? I'm in the danger zone. Danger zone. Okay, Mr. Tibber, I will see you next stream. I think you said it's too much going on. I don't know what's going on. Things are happening. Whoever's leaving, good night, and I will see you later. And yes, I don't know what mischief is. Oh, I think that's it. It will contrast really well with the fins, and that way I can add a little bit of fur, like dragon, like Chinese dragon fur, underneath the gill. Yeah. 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 The yes. Mischief. I'll check that out. It might be a little bit easier than pulling up or Photoshop every time. Although I love Photoshop. Frankers? Did I miss that? So this weird song just came out on Pandora, and it sounds... He's saying Tuesday, but it sounds like he's saying Tittles stay, and I watched this one YouTube channel, and they have a cat named Tittles, and I was like, it sounds like he's telling the cat to stay. So that I thought I'd just share that with you guys. I was very confused for a second. God, it still sounds like he's saying it. Gotta make it look good from all the sides. The eyebrow tenna. Yeah. Welcome back, Pony. Give it a little bit more something something. Sometimes you just gotta snake hook it. But lower on the horn, generally. And I don't understand why. It's the same thing with Photoshop with this spacing. Like, this brush is by default spaced way too far apart. And it's the same with Photoshop brushes. Like, why not just make it a little bit closer together so it's not crap? For default, you know, you can change it. Look at my hand. So beautiful. I don't even need Lazy and Izumi to get that shit done. Oh. No, fuck the tip up. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. I got this. Oh. Conman, this is, yeah, as Pony said, ZBrush. Also, not to be a corrector, but this is technically not graphic design. Well, I mean, it is, at least where I come from, graphic design refers to more of like typography and layouts and like page kind of art stuff. This is CG art, 3D art, and sculpting, anything like that. Is the right naming, but no. But then again, some people call digital painting CG, and then, you know, I've worked at places that call 3D CG, so the naming gets a little confuzzled. Yeah, it's a buttload of money, I'm sorry. So much money. Okay, we're gonna add some hair, and then this guy is done. Oh, thank you, comment. I taught myself ZBrush, but I did learn 3D as like a whole in college. When I went for you know, like a basic general 3D kind of thing. Fan art. I'd watch that and I'd laugh. No, that'd be fun. I would just be chatting. I'd just be trying to tell you where the buttons are and everything in chat. It would just be terrible. That sounds actually kind of painful. Woo. Ah, fuck you now. That's not resimming. No. You know what we're gonna do? I like how I did that, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm going to. Nah, didn't work. Oh my gosh, so cute! It's kind of like a Chinese dragon's like little beard thingy. This is one of the more common difficult tasks that you have to do is like make a structure and then make the ends look like feathered hair. And in order to get them for the lines coming up to look right, they have to be pretty small. Otherwise, they look like not hair. Con man. Well, actually, what I do is I ask for suggestions from the chat. And people were saying, well, first they wanted a bacon dragon, but I told them that was too many subtools and it would take too long. So after a bit of deliberation, Saucy Nacho suggested a koi dragon, and I thought that would be super cool. So I made the executive decision and went with koi dragon. I threw out pig dragon, to satisfy their bacon needs, but they weren't as thrilled about it. So I at least did something that I would be really excited about. And he's really cute. I might end up using this guy for my game. Not that many years. Oh my gosh, thanks, Mr. Moose, for bringing that one up. Well, actually, comment, if you want to check out, I have a Zebra Central thingy started. Oh, I know I had it up. See, fresh. With not all, but I've put up a couple of the things that I've done on the stream. And I'm going to add pretty much everything. Eventually, I have to, make them all look nice, so it takes a little bit of time. So if you want to check out some of the other stuff, go here. Jimmy, the game I'm working on is called Hearth, and it's basically Pokemon, but with like an open world and Dota-ish style fighting. It's very distracting. Mario, how long have we been streaming? Does it say somewhere on my XSplit? I don't know. Oh, I started at 6, so about a little less than 3 hours? Oh yeah, and if you guys want to see the things I do, or if you miss a stream or whatever, it's nice. You can follow me on ZBrush Central, the forums for Pixelogic, which is the creator of the ZBrush software. And I'm also on Twitter and Facebook now. I haven't put anything on Facebook, but I will very shortly. I have put one thing on Twitter. But I have the stuff. I just need to put it up there. I don't want to flood everybody at one time. I will on Facebook. I'm just going to go load everything up on Facebook. Oh, thanks, Maria. We'll hope to see you soon. Jimmy, yeah, don't feel bad. Ask as many questions as you want. Yes, I do need to make clickable links in my channel info. This is very true. Because you guys are lazy. I don't know anything about Twitter. I barely was able to post that one picture. I have no idea what's going on. I'm old. No, Twitter is like that one, the first thing in my life that has been like kind of out of my generation a little bit. Like a lot of my friends use it, but I did not quite make it onto the Twitter train. Pandar is very good at monetizing his activities. I do need to put up like a poll or something too, because I'm thinking about doing some ZBrush lessons, some like a basic class, and I've kind of thought about the curriculum. I used to be a TA in school, so I definitely have a lot of experience teaching the basics. And I think it'd be really fun. I definitely know, as a person learning on my own, what gave me the most trouble, and as an artist that's fairly into it, what I wish I had learned right off the bat for better pipeline and such. So I gotta see what people are wanting in that area, if anything at all. Jimmy, I intend to make my little, it's just a demo for the game I want to make. And it would be just like an executable PC game. And it will, I don't know how I'm going to be distributing it or whatever, you know, how I'm going to get people interested. Not sure yet. Just going to make the pretty stuff first, get a programmer, and then while the programmer and an animator are working, then I'll think about the rest of it. And as I assume you're wowing the koi dragon, and if so, why thank you. Teach me, senpai. Notice me, senpai. Like I remember my password. Yeah, I know that feeling. I use a Intuos and Intuos 4. So definitely tablet for sure. I think trying to use my mouse on this would make me go berserk, and you guys would just see me scream all the time. God, damn it, sensitivity, all that good stuff. I don't think it would be very fun to sculpt with a mouse, so that would be a bummer. Jimmy, this is ZBrush, and it's amazing. And I use 3ds Max for like my general 3D software. I would love my game to get picked up by a studio and I could just make cute shit all day. Oh my god. It's my job to like think up cute fucking creatures. But I like streaming, so I kind of want to make streaming a thing, but I have to figure out a way to make money off streaming. Because I am not getting paid for this at all. No, I would like to. Thanks, Turs. I like it. The chat like always gets the answers before my delay gets there. It's like, I hope you're not waiting, and then I look over and everyone's answered, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's all right. Hanaz, I have been considering doing, well, I am doing a little game demo for, like, basically Pokemon MMO, but with, like, more interesting battle, kind of like Dota, but not a MOBA. Open world for the win. Son of a bee. Big, I would have to say, what's up, Fenrin? Definitely ZBrush times a million, but I've never tried Blender, but I've heard that it's not very good. Not compared to ZBrush. I could sculpt things and try and sell them. It's a little bit hard. 4R6, yes. Yeah, Pandar, you guys would help me design a lot of creatures. There's definitely Mr. Moose. There's definitely going to be a lot more, like, it's going to be harder. Definitely, you know, it's not going to be like regular Pokemon or like any monster thing where it's just like you pick a move. Your speed and direction and your location are going to play a way bigger part, if I can manage to get a programmer to do that. And yeah, I want it to feel like you're there, like doing those things, you know? It's weird how sometimes I like the weird little mess ups that Damn Standard does. They add a little personality to the sculpt. I rarely get to the coloring phase just because of how long it takes to do the sculpting. But I have done some texture painting on the channel before. For sure. Damn lips. Damn fishy lips. at 9. I can go till like 10 tonight. What's up, dog? Gazelle fish, lion, gazelle fish, dragon. Let's go here. Exclamation marks! They're the best thing in chat. Since we got a lot of people here, I'm just gonna throw it out there that I am out this Saturday. I have the Chocolate Festival and a ghost hunting tour. So I'm gonna go catch some ghosts and kill them. No, they're dead. Doesn't matter if I shoot them. But I will not be streaming that day because it's gonna be a very long day. And it's gonna be very awesome. If you want to see pictures as they happen, follow me on Twitter, and that's where you're also going to catch things that I do on here. I'm going to post them on Twitter and on Facebook after the fact, after I make them all pretty and render them. Yes, but I will not be streaming Saturday. Sorry, guys. But I will be here on Sunday. Sunday. Oh, and I won't be doing my afternoon stream tomorrow because of jury duty. But I will probably be streaming in the evening instead. So that will happen. I'm also figuring out how to do a subscriber situation through PayPal. So basically, I'm kind of looking to add that to a possible revenue option. And I know everyone gets really squeamish when I mention monies and stuff, but I'd really like to be able to like do this stream and be able to teach you guys and sculpt for you guys and just have fun and not have to worry about that. It would be cool, but you know, may not happen. So, but yeah, if I do subscribers, if I was just trying to make money off subscribers alone, I would have to have like let's do the math here. Math is hard. No, that's impossible. I'd have to have a buttload of subscribers, more than I have followers at the moment. But it's a start. And I can also do like classes and stuff and charge for that. But I would definitely be able to give subscribers like critiques and call outs and possibly play some games with them and such. So I'm going to try and get that figured out. I mean, it's like $5 a month. You wouldn't even notice the difference, really. So don't be squeamish when I mention that. I'm not asking for the world. So yeah, I'll get that going. Maybe when I get a lot of streamers or a lot of followers, it'll actually pay off. I have yet to get a donation, so I haven't even set up it popping up. Jimmy, my equipment, if you mean like my computer and stuff, like a lot of money and such. My streaming equipment is a $100 webcam. That's it. So it's not that much. But it picks up a lot of noise, and you know, I could make things better for the stream, you know, if I could invest in it. But since it is not an income source yet, I won't be able to invest in it yet. But I'm hoping to eventually. But yet again, you know, it's not a big pressure thing, but it's something that I am putting out there in the universe because that's how you get things, is you ask for them, you know? And I'm doing that. I love working at work, you know, but this lets me do whatever the fuck I want. Well, basically what you guys suggest, which is awesome. I mean, look what happened with this idea. This is like so much fun. I could do this forever, just doing weird sculpts. I really look forward to streaming every day. But yeah, need to get good at marketing and stuff. Yeah, and the thing is, as soon as I have to go back to work, it's going to be hard to make this happen, you know, because I won't be able to stream on a regular basis. Thus, my followers won't be able to keep track of my activities. So I'm pushing it now before that happens. We will see. It's a little early in the game, but, you know, whatever. I'd rather try and fail. Oh my gosh, look how cute he is. Oh, look how cute. Saucy, are you watching? Are you seeing how cute he is? This was pretty, well, I mean, you know, the dragon part was someone else's suggestion, but Koi Fish Dragon was her suggestion. I'm so cute. Look at me. Oh, these aren't even merged together. Oh, thank you. Divine Quadam? I'll call you Divine. Cute characters, option weapons. Divine. I can run through a little bit real quick. People, I'm sure. Oh, Missy, you make a donation? Let me see. I'll do manual callouts. Here they go. Shit, what's that thing that I use to do it? Very new to all this. You guys just stare at this cute son of a bee. Oh, I got 2 donations. Holy shit. Holy crap. Wait, what? I will have to investigate that. But, why thank you, Mr. Moose. My #1 fan. Yeah, let me go through a basic character real quick. Who's interested in that? Hey, Cricket's back. It's been a while. Fabio hair. Fabio Fish Dragon. Yeah, Cricket, you're, I remember, you're the king of spam. Oh my god, I'm so happy with this. Look how cute he is, guys. I have been getting so fast at sculpting from streaming. I suggest doing everything you love on a stream because it makes you work way faster and more efficient. Oh my god. Look at him, guys. Look at him. Look at him. Like those stereoscopic things. Oh my god. So happy. I'm gonna post him on Twitter. What's happening? Yeah, Henaz, we got a brute force mod. She's the Amazonia. Okay, I'm having trouble. I'm just so happy with that fish. I just want to keep looking at him. But let's do another quick run through of your basic character setup in ZBrush. I'm gonna beat it into your guys' skull. However, I need Z-spheres, but my Z-sphere option has disappeared, and I don't know how to make it come back without restarting. That's not it. No. Okay, I'm gonna restart real quick. I don't know how to save project. Okay. I did save 0. I save off screen because there's a couple people who like to just say the locations on my computer, and it freaks me out a little bit. They just say like the you know, whatever it's called, the the thing. Okay, whatever. It's weird. So I do it on the other screen now, even though there's nothing. I've pretty much cleaned everything up in a way that like no weird personal information or anything's gonna get out, but I still fail a lot. The dolphin Z-sphere preset, that was from earlier. Where to fish? Are you subscribed? Oh, hells yeah. I'm gonna figure out how that works. There's like the donation, and then there's like the subscribey thingy. So we're gonna figure it out. You guys are my guinea pigs, but we shall see. Okay, so who was asking about setting up a character? Stream for work, talk to your boss. Ugh, I wish. What is it? Are you watching? Whoever said that? God, there's so much chat going on. Hopefully they've just called themselves out. Path directory. Path is what I was thinking. I have Twitch alerts, and I have it set up so it shows new followers. However, I don't know if it will link to imraising.tv. I'll figure it out. I will check it out. Preferably not 5 minutes before streaming like usual, which is what I tend to do. Anyways, let's do a basic character real quick. Oh, really? Do I need to switch over? That's awkward. I'm bad at streaming. You guys, I don't know anything about streaming or Twitter or life in general. So, Divine, that was you. Okay. How familiar with ZBrush are you, Divine? I'm just going to be like... So basically, I'm just going to kind of go through my process. I start with a Z-sphere when I'm doing characters, and I build the basic shape, and then I use the adaptive skin, and sometimes, rarely, I'll use the classic skinning version of that, and I will make it a polymesh 3D. I'll dynamesh it, and that gives me my nice base mesh to work off of. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So, Z-sphere, I'm going to turn on the floor because I think I've been sculpting things upside down recently. So let's not do that. I'm just going to do a little dude. Shut up, Panda. I don't use Yahoo. However, I still use Firefox. I don't know if that makes me a caveman or not. So in Z-spheres, basically when you're crashing, go like super basics. So I have my Z-sphere. I turned on the floor over here to see where the bottom is because I've been sculpting things upside down, I think. I'm turning on symmetry under transform, activate symmetry, which I actually need to pull up and put like up on my menu somewhere. And then I can't remember by default. I think you might start on the draw mode. You can see up here there's the draw mode, and then there's there's the like move, scale, rotate with draw off. So that's draw, and then move, scale, rotate. So you got 4 different things to go between. Draw adds spheres to the Z-spheres. So as I pull, you'll notice that it is going on both sides because the symmetry is on. And you can undo or whatever. You can drag it out to make it bigger and to make it smaller. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm going to go ahead and place that on there. And I'm going to add another one down here. I'm going to kind of just build a torso. So we've got the tum-tum and a pelvis. You can see it kind of goes like... You can see the spheres in there. I'm on draw mode, yeah. So I can add, it'll show you, like it's highlighting in red which one I have selected and which one I am on right now. And it'll show you where it's connected to, so it kind of gives you a little bit of information. If you hit W, so yeah, it's Q for draw, W for move, E for scale, R for rotate, A little bit different than some 3D softwares. So if I want to move one of these Z-spheres, I'm going to hit W and I'm going to wiggle it around. I can pull it over here, pull it over here. I can scale it, make it bigger, make it smaller. I can rotate it, however, it doesn't really do much right now. You can make that like if you want to rotate, if I have an arm, you can pick it and rotate the whole arm, like that. So that can be useful later. I'm going to move that up. I'm going to scale it down. I'm going to back to draw on new ones, draw another one, and then I'm going to move it into place for some legs. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to move it over here, not so far. I'm going to create balance. It's still looking really weird. I'm going to add another. I'm going to go up here, add some arms, pull the shoulders back a little bit. Oops. Move it. Oh yeah, if you have a big brush, this is the thing that happens when you first start. If you have a big brush, you're going to affect multiple Z-spheres. So, let's see, I'm going to put this up here. So if I grab this one, get it a little closer, you'll see it's starting to affect that other guy. It's because my brush is also grabbing it. I keep pointing at the screen, but you can't see the screen. And you can see that my ring is big enough to affect both the one I am clicking on and the one that is his shoulder. So make your brush really small, and you won't have that problem. Okay, so that's our arms. Move those around. Going to throw in a neck. If you go on the line of symmetry, you'll see that the red dots turn into a green one, and that means you're going to create one Z-sphere on there rather than two. So that's necessary for objects that are not on either side, they're just down the middle. Place this. Heads never do really well, so just kind of, like whatever. You're going to Dynamesh it, so it doesn't really matter too much. I kind of like make a little chin sometimes. He's kind of off balance, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this whole chain. So that is control, clicking this, it grabs it and everything after it from your starting point. My starting point is the torso, because that's the first Z-sphere I made. So I'm going to pull that, I'm going to pull it over his foot so that there is a line of balance so that he's not so fucked up. Yeah, so that's that. I don't generally Z-sphere fingers because Dynamesh is just going to jack them up anyway. I'll put little bulby hands just because it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, going down to adaptive skin. I'm going to preview. Looks terrible. Increase the density. Still looks terrible. This is what happens when you have spheres on spheres. They kind of get a little jacked up. Use classic skinning. Still looks awful. It looks worse. Okay. You know what? Unified's gonna look good. That looks. Whew, that is creepy. You guys see that? Ah, 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 I'm so hungry. So we're gonna use adaptive skin. I don't know. I haven't played with these settings very much. Okay, we're just going to do that. Make Polymesh 3D. Now we can work on it. We are going to go to Geometry, Dynamesh, turn it to something low. I'm going to try 64. It's alright. We're going to do a lot of changing to him. So I'm going to get that red clay off. Oops. It turns off symmetry when you make it a polymesh 3D, so make sure to turn back on symmetry. Smooth them out. You got your general shape. You can go in, inflate to bring back some height. Shift to smooth, same with Sculptress. Go in and pull up these weird bat wing armpits that he's got going on. Pull out a rib cage. Give him some structure. These legs are too far apart, so I'm going to control drag with as you see down here, I have mask. Oh no, I don't. I'm going to select mask lasso. I'm going to lasso this. I have a custom UI, so your mask lasso won't be there unless you're awesome and make it there. Like me. I'm going to move these in. I'm going to rotate them out a little bit. So I'm using transpose right now, which is the it's like a weird way of moving parts of the mesh, and it draws out in this line right here. So if I draw it out, I can hold shift to make it straight, and I can grab the center, and with these different settings on, I can do different things. So if I have move on, I can move it. If I have scale on, dragging from the center will make it scale in one direction, like that. Dragging from the sides will scale based on the pivot of the other side of the transpose tool. So wherever this is becomes the pivot. So I can shrink them legs up, or I can make them all weird. And I can rotate them. So if I grab the end, it will pivot from the other side, like that. So I just used it. I had the move on. I grabbed from the center, and I just pushed them in to make them all nice. I'm going to deselect my mask by control dragging outside the mesh. Add a little more detail. I'm going to fix this head. I'm going to use inflate to give him a skull. Shift to move tool to pull it around. I'm going to move tool his shoulders up, his arms out, soften, soften, move tool to push his chest flat, move tool to pull his back up, clay to kind of put some shoulder blades in there. It's not too much. I'm going to shift, smooth his hands out. Make it small now. I'm going to zoom in on this. Move. Accidentally moved too much. Smooth it. Move, move, move. So for his fingers, I'm going to, there's different ways of doing this, but this is how I do it. Well, actually, yeah, let's do it this way. I'm going to give him a little more resolution. So this I generally do later, but we're doing it now. We're doing it live. I give him stabby fingers, is how I do it. And then I go through and I inflate them with the inflate brush. However, if you're using Dynamesh like I'm going to, the closer they are, the more they're going to get jacked up. So I did Dynamesh. It's under geometry. You turn it on. The resolution is kind of scale dependent, so play with a number that works for you, undo if it doesn't work. So that's a little low res, so I'm going to turn it up to 256. It's projecting, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull in these. Do that, inflate when they get all fucked up. Got little frog fingers, don't worry, always happens. Smooth them out, smooth them out, smooth them out. Inflate. I'm going to go in, I'm going to smooth. I'm going to use Dam Standard to draw the musculature of the hand. clay tool to cut away the stuff I don't need. Dam standard to cut in, clay to cut out, clay to kind of build up the pinky mound. Yeah, so I think that kind of covers the general idea. The things we did with the hand are going to apply kind of to the face, where you use the dam standard to, oh yeah, for the ears you can just pull them out and Dynamesh again. Sorry, I haven't looked at chat like once. I do a lot of ears, so, you know, I've gotten really fast at just drawing that in. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Oh, like, it's not too much. Clay polish. I prefer trim dynamic to clay polish, actually. I haven't used clay polish too much, so it's hard to say why I prefer it. I'm using a move tool to pull a nose out, and I'm smoothing the edge. I'm using dam standard to kind of cut in detail. Do that. Clay to build a bridge at the nose. Clay to build cheekbones. Clay to cut away eye sockets. Oh dear, that's way too far apart. Cut them out. Build eyebrow arches with the same brush. Oh yeah, to do opposites, the same with Sculptress is Alt. You know, so you can build and subtract with the same brush. I'm going to cut this out. Bridge. Choose that. Do a thing. I use dam standard to draw that line. I'm going to use clay to cut away what I don't need. Creepy smile. Creepy smile. Creepy. To add a subtool, which is something you don't have in Sculptress, I'll do that for the eyeballs again to show you. I'm going to go to Subtool, Append, and there are a bunch of defaults available and other things you've played with during your time with ZBrush Open. So I'm going to pick a sphere. I'm going to click on that subtool so it's active. I'm going to use Transpose, draw a line, Shift draw it, and I'm going to go onto Scale, pull this until it's the right size-ish. I'm going to move it from the center point, redraw my line, scale again, move it. Oops. If you click these things, it like changes directions, so that's a little something, something. Scale, place, that sharp. I'm going to duplicate the sphere. I'm going to go to Deformations, Mirror, go back to Subtool, going to merge down, so it's going to merge with the other eyeball. Since I duplicated, I'm going to go Transform, Activate Symmetry. Now I have two eyes that are linked together, and I can move them around. I think I need to actually, oh, you can switch between subtools also by alt-clicking the subtool you want to activate. Oh god, that looks weird. Alt-click, hold that. So on this creepy dude, I have placed some eyeballs. And it's important to go and look up anatomy so that your dudes don't look super weird. Me. Weird guy. Weird old dude. Thanks, Cricket, for stopping by. Brush. Oh, clay polish the feature? Maybe I'm thinking of polish brush. Well, it's not. I will check out what you mean by clay polish. Let's see. Actually, after Dynamesh, what I generally do before I go into the fine details is I do retopologize, but what I do is I duplicate, I hide the second, I go to geometry, remesh, I go down here, I remesh them. I hope Cricket heard my goodbye. Hey Josh, oh my god, you just missed another run through. Struggle. You want to share what you got? So after I have a remeshed version of it, this is kind of crappy, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm going to divide it and make it smooth. So I'm going to give it quite a few divisions. And generally by this time I'll have more detail on the other mesh. So I'm going to divide it by 5. I'm going to unhide it. I'm going to, with the remeshed version selected, project. Turn off any other subtools. Project all. Oh, good, Josh. I'm glad you were watching. I mean, you know, obviously what I made isn't that good, but you guys get the idea, I'm sure. So hide that second guy. So now I have all that detail I did projected on a version that has multiple subdivision layers. So if I need to go back and make larger changes, now is the time. So if I screwed up and his head was all jacked up, I could, like, you know, make it right or whatever. You know, do all that good stuff. And it allows me to add higher detail because I'm not wasting, I won't have to Dynamesh anymore because Dynamesh is kind of heavy when you get up into the higher poly counts. So it's good to only take it up to the moderately high, and then when you need the high to use just divide. So if I go up, now I can divide more. What? Oh, it's just masked. Okay. So now I can add extra fine details. So like even these things are hard to smooth out. It's such high detail. I'm going to go back down to 5. I'm going to smooth that out. Things are easier to clean up on lower subdivision levels. And you have trouble like smoothing out on your higher ones. So now I can go in and add all this lovely detail. You know. And since it's hard to smooth out, you can actually like get really cool, nice, like subtle stuff as well, you know. It won't smooth out all the way. Yeah, so that's a horrendous creature that we've created, but I hope that kind of helps. I'll only get so high. That was the next step. Good job. You make it awesome. Where's that picture of, like, you know, there's a circle and then it's like how to draw an owl, and it starts out with a circle, and then the next picture is a fully drawn owl, and the instructions are draw a fucking owl. However, I have to go to sleep now because I have to get up at an unholy hour to go to jury duty tomorrow and sit around with my lovely farty friends and judge people, maybe.